Okay, so we worked on Wednesday on headstands. I recorded the class for those of you that couldn't make it because it's a good one to do. So make sure you do the build up and the class beforehand to really get the body prepped and ready to take yourself up into headstands. So we're going to go into dolphin pose now. So literally following on from where we left off in the class. We went into the room, we went into headstands, and I'm wandering around a bit, so I thought I'd record this separately for you. So we're going to go into our dolphin pose. Think about lifting the head, lowering the head, sorry, but the weight isn't on the head. You're pushing through the forearms and you're pushing the shoulders away from the ears, really elongating through the neck and the spine. So technically, the weight on the head is nothing. You could potentially slide like a bit of paper underneath it because your head isn't putting all its weight down. And then we're going to potentially lift into a leg if you're comfortable. Then think about coming into the headstand position, hips above the shoulders, which you can stay there, or you can think about tucking the legs in and bringing it up to headstand, which you can also do against the wall, but we'll discuss that when we get there. So first of all, I want you to come into that dolphin pose. So you'll be very used to this if you've done the prep through the class beforehand. So forearms are on the mat, we're going to tuck the toes and lift the hips up and back. So you're into your dolphin pose. Now the heels here won't necessarily touch the mat as discussed. What I want you to do is think about walking the feet forwards so that the head then reaches the mat gently. Now you're pushing into the forearms, drawing the shoulders away from the ears. So really lengthening through the neck. And then when you're ready, walk the feet back, dropping the feet, relaxing the front of the feet. So you're really pushing away with those forearms into that head down position, but the weight isn't on the head. So we'll do that one more time, and then we can think about lifting into a leg if you want to. Again, this is optional. Forearms down, then tuck the toes, lift the hips up and back into your dolphin pose. So really think about those elbows being drawn in together, walk the feet forward so the head releases. Then you can lift into one leg, releasing down, lifting into the other. And again, releasing down. Walk the feet out, drop the knees, draw out the fronts of the feet. So rest in child's pose. Couple of breaths here. And then when you're ready, come on up. So when we go into our headstand, we're going to cup the fingers so that they cup the back of the head. Now it's the top of the head that's on the mat, and then your head is going to rest in the hands. Think again, push through the forearms, push the shoulder blades down the back, which is obviously going to be upright. So first of all, we're just going to get the hips into the position. We'll come down again before lifting up. So the hands are then going to be down together. Elbows are underneath the shoulders. So you've got a nice triangle base there. So the head comes down. So don't have those elbows out too wide. They're underneath the shoulders. Tucking the toes. Lifting then the hips. So we're going to walk the feet forwards so that the hips come above the shoulders. Now this might just go, okay, take a couple of breaths here. Thinking about shoulders away from the ears, pushing through the forearms. Just get used to those hips above. And then from there, walk the feet back, dropping the knees. Child's pose. So when you're ready, come on up. So I'm going to show you now kicking the legs up. Now you can do this against the wall. So you've got the support of the wall behind you. And you can even keep the legs all the way up to rest them on the wall. And just get used to being upside down. Or you can then bring 1 foot, 2 foot away from the wall. But you've got the wall to support you then in case you go over. Well, I hope you don't go over. But it's there as a support. Mentally, if not anything else. So we will be putting the head down again. Lifting the hips. Now you're going to walk the feet in. You can tuck 1 foot in towards the body and then the other. And this might be enough. Just holding yourself here in this little tucked in ball. Or you might find that you can lengthen the legs up. And you're still pushing through the forearms, shoulders away from the ears. You might want to stag the legs. And tuck yourself into a little ball. And then release down. So things to remember. Shoulders are not too far apart. So you don't want them out almost in a line, you want them underneath the shoulders. What you can do is when you come into this position, bring your arm across and from elbow to wrist, bring it back. You've got that nice triangle position then. Push through the forearms, draw the shoulders away from the ears, down the back, which will be up towards the ceiling. And really walk those hips above. The hips will feel almost like they're too far forwards, but they need to be above those shoulders so you can then tuck yourself in and lift up gently. And again, you can use the wall if you want to kick up, just to get used to being upside down. Let me know how you get on. Remember to just shake it out, stretch it out afterwards, rest into child's pose, and just really relax after you've been upside down and enjoy the benefits.